is being recorded, so if you have to leave early for some reason, or you want to pass this around, you see the content is quite more useful than you expect, and you want to pass it to colleagues, we'll be posting it on our YouTube channel here later today. So today's webinar is a part of our Did You Know series. We've held one every month for the last year. Hopefully they've been helpful for everyone that's attended. This one is on support. Support is one of the most underutilized features or things that people think about sometimes when they buy software, but it's often the biggest thing that gets used when you run into trouble. It's kind of your insurance policy for when you have problems with a tool. You have to go to somebody to figure out why and what's wrong. So that's what support is. And Mentor by far has the best support in the industry. I don't know if anyone joining us today is using any of our competitors' products or not, but if you could provide some feedback again in the chat on what you think what I show you here today compares, that would be great to hear. So let's go ahead and get started here. So a little bit about Oasis, just real quick. We've been in the EDA industry for 30 years or so. We've been with Mentor for about 16, 18 of those years with the Model Sim products, and now all of the PCB tools, and now we're with Siemens as well doing the MCAD applications. So our territory, as you can see, is quite vast. It's the entire part of the Midwest. You may know, if you're working with us already, you probably know your account managers in each one of your territories. We're also partnering with TriLogic, the East Coast resellers, on these webinars. So some of you may be from the East Coast and work with TriLogic. They also do a great job on support as well. Again, there's other webinars that we've done in the past. You can see the archives by going to oasissales.com events. You can see the ones we've done in the past, and you can register for new ones that we have coming up in the future. They'll be listed on our website as well. Our next one coming up, Advanced Features, are just a click away. Is coming up on February 8th. We did bump the time schedule on these 1 hour, so instead of them being at 10:30 Mountain Time, they're now at 9:30 Mountain Time. We're, again, trying to work with TriLogic and keep things in line with their customers out east. And then there's our YouTube channel. All of our webinars, plus a lot of other content, is available on our YouTube channel. If you want to review any of the past webinars that we've done, this one included, will be listed there. You can see links to our YouTube channels for all of our partners, Mentor Graphics, Siemens, different categories of Mentor Graphics tools as well. So please take advantage of that. Please go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Anytime something new is posted, you'll be notified. And if you need help with anything, that's part of what we're covering here, is getting help. I am available to you. We also have another AE, two other AEs within at Oasis Sales, Lisa Ingram and Kyle Lake, and we've hired a couple more on the cabling side. Kyle handles more of our expedition-based tool flow. I work with Pads, Valor, Omnify, DX Designer, Pads Logic, the Siemens products, SolidWorks, Solid Edge, Flow EFD. Those products kind of all under my category. So if you need help with any of those products that you may own from us, please feel free to give me a call. If you'd like an on-site visit to come review what you own and show you some of the new functionality of the tools that you own, please feel free to give me a call. We can do it via the web, or I can come on site as well. And lastly, if you have any questions, again, use that little control panel in the go-to meeting window. I'll see a little message pop up letting me know that you've asked a question, and I'll either address that at that point in time or wait until the end. We do have a Q&A at the end of the session. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and get started with our webinar on support. I think many of you will have hopefully been using Mentor support if you're a Mentor customer. If you're thinking about being or starting to use the Mentor tools, This will give you a preview of the great support that is available, will be available to you with Mentor Graphics. But for those people out there that have been customers with Mentor for quite some time, you'll notice the support page has changed quite a bit in the last few months. They kind of revamped it and made it easier to use, a little more modern looking. So the support page is basically your single source for everything. It can be for help, which is what most people think it's for. You can also get all of your licensing information. I'm going to show you that here. Information about the site, what your company owns for tools, who's even created SupportNet accounts at your company, can all be looked at actually on this page. So all your software distribution comes from here. As you know, Mentor has been for many years now, has been electronically distributing all of its software like in many other companies, and SupportNet is the place to go to find that. Helpful videos can be found out here along with Mentor's YouTube channel. Access to the user communities is all available from SupportNet. If you haven't been there, I'll give you a brief preview of what the community site is all about and how to get to it. Access to Mentor Ideas. Many people that I speak to don't even know what this is. Mentor Ideas is Mentor's way of allowing you as users to give them ideas, features you'd like to see in the products that you use every day. So it's your voice, your company's voice, and telling Mentor, you know, we'd like to see this capability in the product. You use Mentor Ideas to do that. People vote on it, and you know, new features get added to the application. I'll go into that more detail on how to gain access to that here shortly. So just to show you the main support page here real quick. So again, if you haven't gone to SupportNet, as soon as you go there, you do have to create a login. Obviously, to get on SupportNet, you have to be a customer. The other thing you need to know is your site ID to do so, and you know, us as your reseller can give you that information. If you don't have it, please email your account manager or myself, and I can find that out for you so that you can gain access to the SupportNet center here. So as you can see, these are all the products that I'm currently listing as things that I care about. This can be customized to your needs. If you come up here to manage products, you can click on that button. It'll take you to a page now where I can search for products, or I can scan through the list, and then I can say, yes, I want to see this or not see this. Okay. So again, take advantage of this function. There's absolutely no reason for anyone to say I can't find information about the tools that I'm looking for, because you get to control what is shown on this page. Okay. In this case here, if I go to pads, I can click on that. That will take me to the pads page where I gain lots of options for finding information. Okay. Just a couple more navigation features before I go into a lot of this. I can always go back home. Up here, we can go to the main menu. It will pop this out, and again, I can see my products. So if I'm on another products page, I can quickly come over here and say, okay, let's go to Hyperlinks DRC instead of having to come back here. I could open a service request from the side panel here, and then I can go to my account center. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this later on. Okay, and then you can always hit home. So a lot of different ways to navigate around within the support center tool. If we scroll all the way to the bottom, there's some additional information like recent activity, things that you searched for, clicked on, your recent service requests that you've entered will all be available to you here. I can search for more. I can create one from here as well. I can, again, gain access to the account center from this location. I can register for Mentor's newsletter, and then I have access to additional support center help and the Mentor communities. And I'll talk about these here pretty soon. I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of the GUI. If you haven't really scanned around or know what the things are on this page, that's kind of what they are. Okay. go back to the presentation here real quick. So when I click on a product that I'm using, like pads or Expedition or, you know, Flow EFD, Model Sim, any of those things, I'll be taken to a page that's more specific, obviously, to that product. All right. From there, I can use things like speech-based search text. So, you know, type out a question like you would ask a person. That's the best way to go about finding your help on that topic. Of course, there's several categories listed here at the top that you can get to, or the big icons in the middle: getting started, learning to explore, downloads, documentation, resources. And I'll talk about those here. So let's go into those actually right now. All right, so now I'm on basically the pads page. If I go ahead up here at the top, I just want to do a quick search. I want to type in create copper pour. Okay, immediately comes back with some quick search functions here that I can just choose one of those items and automatically go there, or I can just hit the search button and it will take me to a page with relevant items based on what I typed in. Okay. Over on the right-hand side here, you also have by different topics. If I want everything just related to layout, I can filter on that. So now I'm only seeing things related to layout and not all those other topics. Okay, let's go ahead and go back here real quick. So getting started, I can click on getting started here or here. When I do that, me actually to a very useful page because it lists some main articles that other customers are using. Okay, one of the big ones out there that I hear all the time is that people, especially that are trying to use DX Designer, that, you know, this is kind of a complex tool. I'm having difficulty learning how to do stuff with it. The biggest thing that can help you here is this thing called DX Topics, and as you can see, it's very easy to get to. I found it right away. Even if I was on the Expedition page, when I click on getting started, I'm going to see this as well. But if I click on the DX Topics, this gives you a list of all the various things that you can do inside of DX Designer. All right. And it's basically links to all of that information. So like if I go to properties, this will open up another tab here in my Chrome browser or IE. It'll list out a bunch of the questions that people have asked in the past related to this, what versions of software it's tied to, and then it gives you an explanation with, you know, additional links to information about, you know, what are properties in the tool, why they're needed, what's required to make them work, additional tech notes related to that. So lots of information can be found very quickly. You just need to know it's there, and that's what a lot of people don't understand is things like this DX Topics can be very quick and easy to get to. Okay. If you didn't understand the integrated flow with pads, this best practices with the ICDB database is a good one to go to. Library topics. Again, just quick access to information. You can also use the categories over here on the left and the right to help you search for items. So if I just go, let's say I go to troubleshooting now over here, again, it'll give me topics that are being asked currently by most of the customers. I can click on schematic and constraints, and it'll take me to help topics related to those. So typically if one person's having a problem, lots of people are generally having those same types of issues. And that's what this help up here at the top is very useful for. Okay. Learning and exploring, if you go there, this will take you to, it'll show you our on-demand training information. I'll go to that in a little bit later. I don't want to go in that into a whole lot of detail here right now. Downloads, I'm sure everyone that's used support, and this is kind of the main reason why people come here, and that is to get the latest version of software. You know, you've just bought the tool, or you want an update, you got an email from Mentor saying there's a new version coming out. It'll take you here, and you can download that version of software. As you can see, updates are typically released throughout the year. You can see we're seeing one about every month at this point that you can go down and upload or download. These updates are just that, they're patches basically. They're not full downloads. They're typically a lot smaller, a lot easier to install on your system. But at any point in time, typically you can click on the versions over here in this drop-down box and see what version you want to search for. And for those out there that use PadsLogic, we made it a lot easier for you to find PadsLogic now. It's actually in this drop-down list instead of being hidden via a link. By the way, PadsLogic, for those using it, will be included with the VX 2.3 release when it comes out here in the next few months. So look for that so you don't have to download it separately anymore. Okay. If you want to download older versions of software, this is how you get to them. So from this drop-down list at the very bottom, there's older versions. And if you go there, you'll be taken to a page where now you can see all of the past versions of our software with all the updates. So if you need to, for some reason, go back to Pads 9.5, I can very easily do that. It's also nice to see that when that version was actually released, because sometimes that helps with your support. If for customers out there that are off support or have been off support in the past, you still get some access to SupportNet. You don't get full access, but you can get access to things like downloading software versions. So you'll always be able to download older versions of software that you were entitled to when you were on support. Okay. Let's continue to move on here. So documentation. This takes you to documentation, release notes for various tools. So data management. I'm looking at an older version of software here. So let's go back to VX2 documentation. So if you notice there that based on the version that I actually had selected, it kind of filters these selections when I'm searching on help. So for VX2, now I get access to all the VX2 help information. Okay. Let's click on this here. Pads Designer Getting Started Video Index. So designer intro. So what this will do is this is going to take me to a bunch of videos now that I can use to learn more about the software. So toolbar tooltips, and now I can watch a video on that. Okay. Mentor has realized that video content is becoming the best way to learn versus people wanting to read stuff. Everyone wanted manuals back in the day, but now everybody wants videos. So this page right here will be a big help for anyone that's looking at transitioning from PadsLogic over to DX, just wants to learn a little bit more about DX Designer, or Pads Designer as I should be calling it now. I can come to this one page and see all the various videos that Mentor has created related to Pads Designer. Okay. So again, that's what I'm trying to show you here and help you with, is showing you all the different ways of finding useful help for you to learn the tools and answer questions that you may have. All right. So here's all the online documentation. A lot of this documentation will be included with the tool as well. But some things, like a lot of the videos, this is the place you have to go to find this. All right. If we click on resources, this will give you access to various resources that are available to you either on SupportNet or on the public site. Okay. So like if I come in here to filter resources and type in video, this is going to find videos either on SupportNet or out on public site, Mentor's public site, on various topics that you can watch. Okay. All right. And again, I can use filtering over here. So if I want to see product demos, all right, I can choose that. If I want them related to Pads layout, I can turn that on. And then I can click on, say, adding vias and pads. Click on that. That'll bring up my video here, and you can see that we've actually gone to the public site. And now I can watch this video on how I can go about adding free vias, fill in a copper area with vias, things of that nature. All right. All right, so that's kind of the basic product-based help page and how you can find information without even having to search for anything. Just click on options that are already readily available to you. Learn how to filter on those items. I can remove filters on these items in order to find the information that I'm looking for. Okay, and really take advantage of a lot of the new video content that Mentor has introduced out there. All right, let's go back to the presentation here. Let's move on to the next item, downloading installs, current and past releases. I kind of went over this already, but we'll go back to it again here. So again, I can click on downloads. Anytime I do so, it should automatically take me to the latest download that's available. I can also click on related downloads. So anything that's related to my paths flow that may not be included, I can download that as well. If I scroll down here towards the bottom, if for some reason you do want a DVD sent to you with software on it, you can always scroll to the bottom of the page in any one of the download pages and click on request media, and then it will take you to a page where you can fill out the information related to your site, which most of it should already be available there, and then request that media be sent to you. Okay. So don't ever feel that you have to, if you're having problems downloading software, that you're stuck and you won't have access to that. You can always have this software installed, sent to you. All right. Again, access to all the different versions available to you. Older versions are always available all the way back to, I don't know, probably 10 years in the past. You can download versions. All right. Other useful links that pop up on many of these pages, if you don't want to, you forgot, well, how do I go find my licenses and stuff, and I'm on here on my download page, I can very quickly click on my licenses, and it will take me to the page where I can search for information related to my site. Since I'm a reseller, I'm seeing our customer sites here. But for you as a customer, you'll only see your site show up in that view, and then you can gain access to downloading your license file. All right. Oops. Sorry. My presentation here has stuff linked in it. We'll go back. All right. Next page. Again, helpful videos. I kind of got ahead of myself and talked about this one already. Again, accessing data from Supportnet and public sites. So when I went to that resource page, I typed in videos in the filter, and it came back with a list of videos related to the software that I was looking at. If I was on the Expedition page, Model Sim page, Hyperlinks page, I would get back videos at the top of the list related to those as well. Okay. I also did want to point out Mentor's YouTube page is another great place for finding videos. I'm going to get there from our page, actually. So on our Oasis YouTube page, I have links to the Mentor Graphics YouTube pages. So like if I go to Expedition here, this will take me to the Expedition specific YouTube page, and then I can click on playlists, and I can see the various playlists that they put together, like Expedition, PCB layout, and routing, and then I can select the short videos that I want to watch related to routing functions within Expedition. Okay, let's see, let's go. I'm pretty sure there's a pets channel I thought I had here at the top. Mentor just recently released back in October, like about 60 or 80 videos related to pads. So you can see there's 150 videos here in the pads playlist. They've created a bunch of short little videos based on topics that might be useful to you. So if you're, again, new to pads, or you have someone at your company that is new to pads, this is a great place to come out and start learning, because they get things like setting the grid, zooming, panning, setting up layers, hiding unused layers, setting up your colors. They're very topic specific, and they can sit here and scan through these, watch these short videos, and basically learn how to use the tools. So again, take advantage of Mentor's YouTube channel. They're being very active with adding new content to this page. All right. Licenses and site info. So let's see, if we come back here to, I thought I had this open already. If I just go to Account Center, yeah, I'm on that page right now. Up here at the top, I was already on Support Center, but if I click on Account Center, this will take me to information related to my site, and information about my site, users, orders I've done in the past. So if I go to licenses, I can type in, Oasis and do a search. Of course, it doesn't come back with anything because I'm a reseller. But if you type in your company name here, you will find your information. There's a couple buttons over here for finding out information about your licenses, downloading your licenses. You can search by host ID if you want. If you have your key number, you can view it that way. And then you can click on view. Your authorization codes will all pop up here. So as many of you know, you've probably at some point in time had the message pop up, oh, my license is going to expire in 30 days. How do I go about downloading a license? Well, you come here to Supportnet. You would do exactly what I'm doing right now, search for your site or your host ID, and then click on view. You're just having curating on doing something. Well, that's exciting. My internet seems to be rather slow. Hopefully you guys aren't seeing a delay and things popping up on your screen there. Another useful function is going to orders. You can click on your company and see everything that you purchased in the past. Again, on the licensing tab here, I can look up. This is one thing a lot of people are not aware of, but if I look at my license file and see a feature name or something, I can type that in into this window, or I can, on my site reports, there's a part number for a particular item. I can search for that in here as well. So I could type in pads layout and do a search in here. And now it's going to show me all the different products that pads layout is in, that some of the different licensing features. So if you ever, a lot of people ask me, or you want to try and understand the license file itself in a little bit more detail for some reason, you can come here and you can type in the feature names, and it will try to describe to you as to what that feature in the license file is for. Okay. Again, a lot of people don't know about that. Activation of licenses, licensing reports. This is very useful to find out, again, what your company owns. Okay. Again, I don't know why Oasis isn't showing up in here. I don't want to show you any other company related items, but when you type in your company name here, you can click on a report then that will show you all of the tools, again, that you guys currently own, what you've owned in the past. When your support end date is coming, will all show up in your site report here. Okay, so again, take advantage of this information, especially if you're an admin for the tools. You don't have to rely on us getting you information. You can come here and search for it yourself. Licensing software. If you ever, for some reason, want to install the latest version of licensing software, you can come out here and download the latest version for those using floating licenses. And then there's a bunch of getting started information as here as well for setting up your floating licensing, learning how it works, how to activate things. If I'm having problems with hardware dongle keys, I can get help directly related to those items. Okay. Again, if we go back to sites, what I can see here is I can search for my site. All right. And then if I click on users over here, I can find out who all the users are within my company that have created accounts with Mentor Graphics. So for those that are out there that are doing admin related items, for the Mentor tools, this could be kind of useful because you probably don't know who in your company has actually created Supportnet accounts. And if you've requested certain people to do it and they haven't done it yet, this is a way for you to find out. And if you don't see their name here, you can go bug them and say, hey, can you go please create a Supportnet account so you can start using Supportnet, and here's all the cool things you can do with it. In fact, this webinar that I'm going to post here will be a great way for you to show them, you know, the advantages that they can get from using Supportnet. Again, products, that's just like going to the Supportnet page. Profile, you can see your credentials, update your profile information, all of that can be seen here. Set up notifications, activity, all the stuff that you've been searching on lately, clicking on lately, can show up here. And then newsletters, the newsletter that Mentor comes out with every month, you can unsubscribe or subscribe for that at this location. Okay, so that's a quick review of the Account Center. Many of you probably haven't come here and clicked on all these items to see what's out here, but now you know there's a wealth of information available to you on Supportnet. All right, let's go back to our presentation here. Again, licensing site information. I talked about the orders sites, what you can gain information there, profile update, newsletter items. All right, communities. I don't know how many people out there have been using the Mentor communities, but it's a great second resource for gaining help using the tools that you're using every day, and or even asking questions about design in general. People have asked me sometimes about scripting related questions. Mentor doesn't have a lot of information on Supportnet, unfortunately, about scripting, but there's a lot of people out here in the communities that do scripting and can help you, or even have scripts available for you to download and use. Okay, so to gain information, to gain access to that, if we scroll all the way to the bottom of our main support page here, there's Mentor Communities. And if I click on that, it will take me to this page here. You do have to have a Mentor Supportnet login in order to gain access to this. It is not just free and open to everyone in the world out there. So note that if you're not logged into Supportnet and you find the community's Mentor link or you bookmark it, when you click on it, it will ask you to log in. All right. Obviously, the Mentors community is not just for pads or Model Sim or Expedition. It's for every single tool out there that Mentor owns. Okay. So you need to search or go to those items. So for the PCB systems, this to be Expedition and pads, I would click here. This will take me to another page where I can see all of the PCB related tools. And then if you're a pads customer, you can click on that category. And now it takes me to the pads desktop design solutions communities page, where I can see other posts that people have created. I can click on those posts. I can read all the various feedback from other users on that topic and answers to their questions. Okay, you can create your own questions as well, obviously. I can view documents that people might have posted out here. Again, this is useful because this is the type of stuff you won't find on Supportnet. These are things created, sometimes by Mentor, but mostly by other users, okay? And you can see what documents have are in high demand by specific users, okay? Discussions, this is just particular discussions that you can chime in on. You can filter and search on those. You can click on videos, and you can see videos that have been posted out here as well. And then sometimes polls are created by different users, you know, asking questions about how they feel about certain things, and you can chime in on that poll or see the results, okay? If you have useful information you want to share, you can upload files and it'll be added to the document section as well. Okay, so again, this is a place for you, the users, to come and chat with other users, find out what questions other users are posing. Again, scripting. There's a whole category here for scripting. If you want to get help on scripting or view other people's scripts, that can be found here in this location, okay? And the other big thing is that Mentor Support does monitor these posts being placed out here. So if some users are having a hard time coming up with a solution, a lot of times Mentor Support personnel will also post in on comments and give their feedback as to a solution, okay? You can join you can also be part of an email notification group. So if you can set up an email notification, so every time something gets posted on one of these forums, it can send you emails automatically. So it depends how much you want to really get involved with the user community stuff. If you want to see everything that's going on, or if you just want to come out here and search on particular items, you don't have to be part of that, you know, email notification process. All right. Let's move on to the next topic here, Mentor Ideas. The whole idea of this website was created, I can't remember how long ago it was created. It's been out there for quite a while now, but you should see it in, you know, release highlights that they talk about, you know, Mentor Ideas added to this version of software. Well, this is where it came from, okay? So the object of this is for users to post ideas for new functionality, features, capabilities that they want to see in the tools you're using. You write it up, post it out here. You can create pictures, whatever you want, and then other users can come out here, see your ideas, and they can vote on them. And you can vote on other users' ideas as well. Please take advantage of this. It may be a little time consuming sometimes, but if you have a little bit of free time, come out here and check this out. At least vote on other people's ideas if you don't want to write out your own. And the reason why is the top ideas are ones that Jim Martins and the marketing team look at when they want to add new functionality in a coming release. Okay, they will look at the feasibility of being able to do that, and then they'll vote on them, and then they'll add those items into the tool. So this does get used on every single release. All right, let me go back and show that here real quick. So the way to gain access to Mentor Ideas is from the communities page here. So if I hit home on this, you'll see right there at the top is Mentor Ideas option. It's best probably if you want to be active in this, that once you get here, you bookmark this, and then you don't have to worry about coming through the communities page to get here. But again, just like all the other, the communities page, this is broke out based on product. Okay, so if you're a PADS user, you're going to go into the Mentor Ideas for PADS section, and you're going to, and from there you can search for ideas. You can add your own ideas. So if you click on Create Idea, you'll create your own, and then you can type that out. You can see other people's ideas, and you can also vote on other people's ideas. Okay, you can see how many people have voted on certain types of ideas already. You can see here, this is one that's planned by Mentor Graphics. They've tagged it as an item that's going to be added into the tool. Okay. So again, take advantage of this. Go through, read other people's ideas. I've personally put some out here that have ended up those new ideas have ended up in pads as well, and I'm sure many of you, if you've been a long-time user and you've used this, you've probably seen some of your ideas added to within the pads flow. All right. Then distributor support. So us, Oasis Sales, or TriLogic, or EDA Direct on the West Coast, we're here as your second line of defense. All right. We have a lot of experience in our AE pool. We have 3, 4, 5 AEs, several of them, a couple on the cabling side, 2 on the PCB side. Plus we have access to the direct mentor AEs for help as well. So a lot of experience in practical design, not just knowing the tool, but actually doing physical, schematic, electrical, PCB, signal integrity design. Okay, so we can give you lots of workaround scenarios for difficult problems that you may have. Okay, so take advantage of that, especially when you're learning the tool. I've helped a lot of people over the years. I've done a lot of trainings with people. I personally have 20 years of PCB design experience. I continue to do a little bit of consulting here and there to keep up on things as well. So we can help you out via the phone, the web, on site, with videos. If we need to, if we find that we can't describe or a solution to your problem, via email, we'll set up a go-to meeting with you, on the fly and show you how to solve that problem. Okay, it's very quick and easy for us to do that, and we don't mind by any means. You're our customer. We want to keep you happy in using our tool flow. All right, and then of course there's our YouTube channel, Mentor's YouTube channel with videos. If I go to our YouTube channel here real quick and click on playlist, you'll be able to find, our past webinars, expedition webinars, our Solid Edge stuff that we're working with now. Here's our past webinars that we've done that you can have access to, DDR Wizard, on certain circuit behavior, EMI, best practices, 3D pads, just various things that you can watch. Most of our webinars are 45 to 50 minutes, but provide a lot of useful information to you. All right. And again, the big one, we have practical experience using these tools. We're not just someone that knows how to use the software. We've done design in the past, so we can give solutions that even mentor support engineers sometimes can't provide to you. So don't forget we're here. Please take advantage of that. All right. And then lastly, training. Mentor does provide 3 sources of training. You can do on-demand training, which is kind of the big thing that Mentor is really pushing now, and we try to highlight as well for anyone that talks to us. It's just a great way for you to learn the tool without having to go to a physical class, travel, spend a lot of money. It's very economical. Most of the PADS training classes are $900 for 12 months. It's a 12-month subscription. You have access to it 24/7. Everything is based on videos. It's organized in chapters, so it's broke out by PADS designer, PADS layout, PADS router. If you're doing the standard plus flow, there'll be a section on CES, library management. You can even go out and try some of the modules for free. So if you're thinking about maybe I should think about doing this, even though I'm an existing PADS user, I could probably learn something, or I'm going to transition from PADS Logic to PADS Designer. Go out there and check out some of the modules that are available to you. So it's very simple to get to. If you go to pads.com and click on resources, Over here on the right, you can see past webinars, things of that nature. But the big one we want here is training courses. You'll get a little panel here of some of the training courses that are available. If I go to the CAD Standard Plus or click on the Standard Plus training class, this will take me to the on-demand training page. If I want to do the free trial, you can click on free trial, and then it will activate those modules that are available to you for free that you can go through. If you subscribe to it, you can see there's a lot of chapters, a lot of data that you can go through and learn the tools that you're using today. Okay, this is much easier than trying to learn them yourself. Of course, we do have all the free resources that I've mentioned to you already, YouTube videos, things like that. But this is a much more structured way of learning the tool. Plus, you have access to it again for 12 months straight. So as you're working on a project, you can go back and you can watch videos. You don't have to, try to remember what you learned in, say, an online class or an in-person class. Everything's there at your fingertips to review in the future. All right, and it's very economical. All right. Well, that is, oops, I didn't want to go to that one. So that's it for the topics that I was going to talk about today. If there's any questions out there, please go ahead and ask those questions now. Let me see if I see anything in the chat here. So one person asking, how do I get to my licenses again? I sometimes have difficulty doing that. So again, when you're on the SupportNet page, the main SupportNet page here, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to see the Account Center, and then you'll see licenses, view and download licenses. If you just click on that, you should be taken to your site information where you can then, well, license by site. I don't know why I went to licensing software, but licenses by site. You should see your site listed here, and then you can click on view or download to gain access to your licenses. Okay, so good question. It's a big one that we get a lot of questions about all the time. So, oh, the communities again, how to gain access to communities. On the main Support Center page, just go to the very bottom. There's the communities button there. It'll open up that page, and you will then have access to that. All right. Configuring my panel here, so I'm not seeing, all the various tools, or I'm not seeing anything at all. Again, very simple to do. Just Manage Products button here. This will take you to the page with every single product that is within the Mentor portfolio, and you can turn on or turn off those items. Let's see, we had another question pop up. There's no way to bookmark or save favorite KB articles. No, unfortunately there isn't. I actually have requested that one myself because it would be nice to see that. The one thing you do have, though, is you can look at past activity. Where was that? If I just go back to Support Center, and if you scroll down here, you'll see your recent activity. These are the things that you have looked at recently. So Mentor is basically bookmarking items for you as you look at an item, and it will remember everything that you looked at in the past. I don't know how long it remembers this information, but I agree, a bookmarking feature would be nice. That would be something to create a service request on, actually. So good question. All right, well, I think that's all the questions I'm seeing so far. So I want to thank everyone for joining us today. Hopefully this was helpful to you. If you haven't really had time to sit down and investigate how to take full advantage of SupportNet. Hopefully I've shown you all of the various capabilities and information that's available to you out here and how easy it is to get to. So please take advantage of that. And again, if you got anyone out there needs any help with anything, we're here to do so. Let me go back to my contact page here. So feel free to shoot me an email, give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you or get help for you if I can answer your question. Alrighty. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. Look forward to seeing you at our next webinar. Please go to the Oasis Sales website for our next webinar on February 8th and register for that. We're going to talk about how to gain access quickly to advanced functionality like hyperlinks, analog simulation, thermal simulation, all from within the tool flow. All right, thank you again. Bye.